What is going on, guys? Welcome to this episode of Odds and Ends. And guys, we've been tagged by Dean, the retro nobody himself, tagged us. And I don't think I've ever done a tag video quite like this. Usually it's like, you know, One Life in Contra or your 3 favorite cover arts or something like that. We've actually been tagged to show off some of our video game storage. As you guys know, I recently moved. We've been here probably like 6 months, I guess, by the time you're seeing this. So I still have some stuff out, still have some stuff in boxes, have some stuff on the shelf. Sort of a hodgepodge of where everything is at. So this will be a partial tag where I show you how I store my stuff and also sort of a pseudo game room tour. Let's get started. All right, so we're standing at the threshold of the game room. As we walk in and pan to the right, you guys can see this is where my tripod is. So I shoot videos over there by those PS4 games facing this way. But basically my storage is as followed. On the right, we've got Super Nintendo stuff. And then down here, we've got Game Boy Advance games that I've printed the covers off for. There's Iridian 2, awesome game. So I stack those down there. I'll probably be getting rid of most of those as I've got them on an emulator and the Super Nintendo collection grows. Over here we've got our NES stuff boxed and loose. So I just kind of store them on there. And then of course I love having these storage containers in the collection. I think they look rad. Kind of going to the left, we've got our first stack of plasticware shelving. On the top I've got cleaning supplies. In this drawer I've got doubles and stuff that I've posted on eBay or I'm selling. So there's some DS games we're getting rid of. The next shelf is screwdrivers, security bits, you know, anything that you might need from that respect. Some pliers in there, scissors. Next drawer down we've got our entire Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance loose cartridge collection. There's a DS game. I haven't found a spot for that yet, so it goes in there. Just some hodgepodge stuff in here. We've got sealed memory stick for a PS2. And then we've got our boxed torpedo run. There's no real place for that to go except for right there. But we've got our doubles bin right there. Some stuff in there you may not have seen. More doubles. Our Xbox 360 and our mighty Xbox One collection. Those are all the Xbox 360 games I still have left. And then the bottom 2 drawers are for cleaning supplies, Lego minifigures down at the bottom, you know, just extra sort of hodgepodge stuff. Third torpedo run back there. I also have my vintage and some loose Power of the Force figures in here from Star Wars. So I've got some old stuff in there and then some new stuff. A lot of stuff that I like. Kind of panning back, I've got this big shelf right here. I got collectibles on the top, PS4 collection there, some of my better PS2 stuff right there, kind of storage right underneath there. I think there's some cartridges I need to clean up. There's my darts. I got some Lego minifigures, just random stuff that I've been working on. I'll throw in there. My entire PS1 collection. I've got some box protectors and stuff. A couple of my Xbox 360 collector's edition, some of my better Xbox stuff. And then the bottom shelf was just a hodgepodge. You know, I got some Skylander stuff I got for sale, Virtual Boy, some of my better N64 games, like Smash Bros, which I'll never play. But yeah, that's what I got going on down there. I shoot all my videos like this because I don't have like a stand. We got a toolbox, a Wii collection with my original Xbox in there. And then these 3 brown boxes there, those are 2 boxes of Micro Machines and 1 box of Legions of Power, which was a 1986 toy line. It's kind of like Legos, kind of like you build them. And then in this old blue box right here, we've got most of my PS2 collection is inside of there. So coming back up just to the left of the big case here, we've got a display case. Display case is a very cool way to display items if you have a room in your game room. Not only does it keep them safe and sound, but it keeps the dirt off of them, the dust off of them, and they look really cool. So we started sort of a Lego there. We got some muscle guys down there. We've got an empty shelf. I was going to put some of my more expensive video games in there, cartridge based, Super Nintendo, N64, stuff like that. But I decided to just go with the minifigures and all that. There's what's left of my GameCube collection is right there. I don't know if you guys can see. There's some right there on the top, right there. But that's it. Everything else I traded in. Sega Saturn, Genesis stuff over here. We've got another shelving unit, PS3. You guys know that. I like to keep a little trash bin around for paper, stuff like that. There's my Mutant Hall of Fame. Another cool way to store items, collectibles, valuables, is to buy these curio cabinets. When people are moving out of their house and they're downsizing, you can actually kind of get these things really, really cheap. Or at Goodwill, sometimes you'll see them for $9.99 or $12.99. And don't be afraid to look up the make and model and see if they have replacement shelves, if you can buy the shelves, if they're broken or damaged. And then just have them delivered to your house, and there you go. But opening this bad boy up, I don't know if I have enough room. So open that up. We've got some of my Lego stuff up here, my cooler Lego stuff. Like we got some vintage sets. You can see there. The Hulkbuster, that's a retired set, which is awesome. Down here we've got sort of my more vintage Marvel stuff from, the Secret Wars is from the 80s, but the rest of this stuff is the Toy Biz from the early to mid 90s. Got some more of the Toy Biz stuff with the taller X-Men down there. This shelf, we've got some medals that I won at the Canadian American Police and Fire Games in 2010. Got a gold medal and a silver. Just sort of a hodgepodge of figures. And then down on the bottom, we've got, our vintage electronic games and a GoBot. So immediately to the left of that, we got our TV. So when I'm playing games, you guys are watching me play that on that TV. We got a switch box. Our Sega Saturn's in here. I don't want to put it with the other stuff because I don't want it to break. In here, I've got some plug and plays. This Genesis is for trade, by the way. It comes with a 6-button controller, or if somebody wants to buy it. But yeah, just kind of random stuff in there. This is some of my PS2 RPG stuff. And obviously, you pick them up at thrift store or whatever. I just kind of throw them in there. So that's part of my PS2 collection. No, we got tangled up. Got doubles, more doubles. And then in the bottom is our controller drawer. Gonna have a controller drawer. All right, let me pan back. So that's the setup, guys. This is my gaming chair. I sit here. I play on that TV there. I watch you guys on there. Is my GameCube. Over here is where I got my Retro Pi. Down here is where I got my PlayStation 4. And down there, in this bag right here is my blue Sega Game Gear, which is awesome. That's pretty much the setup. Coming over to the left, we've got a big old bin. Now that's what I use to transport around my PS1 games, my Sega Master System games, PSP games. All that stuff goes in there. We've got sort of random boxes over here. I don't really know what you guys want to look at. But yeah, there's some extra controllers, some stuff that I was looking to get rid of. Those are all empty cases. You come across empty cases all the time. Box 360. I don't know, what do we got here? Oh, we got those display cases for Nintendo. We still have some of those. We got some laser discs back there that we got from Video Game Collector. Just sort of a hodgepodge of stuff, like I said. Down here we've got just some of my dart stuff, and then these are empty cases that I got from Woodbury and Retro Game Hunter. So I use these for my Game Boy Advance collection, or if we find the games and we put them in there. Packing supplies, packing supplies over here. We've got a couple N64s in there. There's my Pikachu N64, my Grape N64 controller, and then here's most of my N64 collection that isn't sports games. I'll show you where I keep those in a minute. Got our closet. Got a couple totes. I got, you see a Sega Saturn in there. My consoles are in that box right there. In here is the rest of my N64 collection. Those are sports games and games that I don't play, whatnot. We got 2 boxes of packing supplies. This is the rest of my original Xbox collection down here. Stacks of baseball cards. And then the rest is sort of a hodgepodge of PSP games and extra controllers, stuff like that. Up top, I bought that racing wheel with the best of intentions. It's compatible with the Xbox, the PS2, and the GameCube. Never played it for one of those consoles. We got what's left over of our Intellivision collection, little just cardboard box. And then we've got our console collection, our boxed Nintendo console stuff. We've got our Aurora Interactor. We got that for like 12 bucks, I think, at a thrift store. But that's gonna do it. We got boxes of cords and cables back there. Now this light right here, I was telling you guys, is just right above my N64 stuff. Usually faces this way, like that. And then from back here, this is where I play my dots. So we throw darts at the dartboard from back here. Guys, that is gonna do it. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna pan around the room so you can kind of see what's going down in here. There's the exit. Right there is where the magic happens. And when I say magic, I mean I like do card tricks, stuff like that. So yeah, this little area right here is actually pretty good. You know, if you want to put some shelving units up in there, but we just haven't, so. Well, that's gonna do it. That is my very small, very humble, but awesome game room. Thank you, Dean from the Retro Nobody, for tagging us. Really the best way I can tell you how to store games. I like shelves. Everybody likes shelves. You know, it gives you that shelf candy. But don't underestimate the totes. If you want to throw all your commons in your totes and throw them in a storage room or in a closet or something like that, I think that's completely awesome. Save it for collection videos and just, oh, I can't believe I still have that game. It's also almost like you get a surprise, you know, when you open up those boxes. I do have another box of PS2 games somewhere. But yeah, let me know how you are storing your games. So I guess I have to tag a couple people. First person I'm going to tag is a guy that I know just got some awesome storage stuff for his Game Boy, and that is Mike OBrien from OB's Rewind, and definitely check him out. Link will be in the description. We are gonna tag, you know what, Emceemur has some really old stuff, old Atari stuff, some Commodore stuff, and I know all that stuff comes in cardboard boxes, so I'll be interested to see how he stores all of his stuff. We're gonna go with one of my friends, buddy. One of my guys on YouTube. Actually, you know what? We're gonna hit two. We're gonna hit two of my guys on YouTube. The first one is Shadjuice 513. Loves Shadjuice, fellow Ohioan. I know he's got a lot of box Nintendo games, a lot of everything. So it'd be cool to see how he stores stuff. And the other guy I want to tag is Sprooch Game Hunting, because Sprooch does a little bit of everything. He does video games, some comics, you know, books, collector's editions, G.I. Joes, action figures. And I know that stuff takes up a ton of storage, so I like to see what Sprooch has in mind to keep his collection efficient and organized. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.